talk to you guys. All right, sorry that took so long. This is Calm Before the Perfect Storm. This is the Calm Before the Perfect Storm. Yeah, so guys, could you guys do me a favor? Please make some noise in the chat for my two guests, Sketch Sawyer and Tech Supreme, in the building hanging out with the Taste Buds. And we already have, now I hit these guys up for a very specific reason. I've known them for a long time, and they are just a couple of the minds that I talk to about like comic books, art, music, movies, the whole nine. And like I feel like this is a good way, and I've always been about like making sure like the people know like the minds that I hang around that kind of like festered, you know, my thought process. And you two are definitely two of those people, so I appreciate y'all coming on here and talking about the critically acclaimed, waiting for box office, not to be named just yet movie, Wonder Woman 1984. I'm gonna start with Ben. Ben, how did you feel about Wonder Woman 1984? Patty Jenkins, the sophomore outing for Gal Gadot. Yeah, I got to, look. You know, I did this on purpose. I know what's about to happen.
Oh boy, what a snooze fest. I like Patty Jenkins. That first movie was great.
It was amazing.
Even when some people are sort of down on it and they're just like, yeah, it was all right. I'm like, no, man, it was good. It was very good. And so I was expecting a lot. And unfortunately, I've been watching my friend's Twitter feed, Dija Ben Hameen. He's a producer from the West Coast, I think. Anyway, we game together, but his Twitter comments kind of set me up and let me know what was coming. But he said an hour in, he's like, what the hell am I? What is this? I don't know what's going on an hour in. And it hits you fast.
Mm-hmm.
But in the first hour, you're like, what's going on? So I liked all the Themyscira stuff.
That was sick.
Cirque du Soleil, Woman Squad, that was all awesome. It was a good setup. I was like, all right, this might not be so bad. And Pedro Pascal kind of killed it.
He destroyed. Like I was
showing his diversity.
I didn't think he was gonna be somebody I was looking at like that, because he was just he was the bad guy. I was like, he's gonna do the bad guy, you know, play it exactly how he's supposed to, right down the line, you know. And he gave me these crazy spikes in the best way possible. So I didn't mean to cut you off, but go on.
No, it's all right. Are we doing spoiler free, by the way?
So we can go into spoilers, but before we get into that, I just wanted the general run. I like where you were going with that. I just want to hear Tech's thoughts on it as well before we get into, you know, the cross examination of us just, you know, talking about it back and forth.
All right. Now, I'm gonna say this first.
wait. My man Tech, before you even start talking, and I am so sorry, I gotta show them this. I gotta show the Taste Buds. I saw that tweet, right? And you were like, the only way to properly look at movies and, you know, judge movies is by, you know, comparing them to, you know, movies that you've seen before, tying up the themes, and, you know, just compare and contrast, basically. Just, you know, to paraphrase. But I wanted to show this, right? So if you look on the stream, it says, look, the key to truly appreciating a film is to meticulously pick apart and compare its themes, visuals, and characters to other movies, and then give your opinion on how it should have been done. I love that, like, that's our first part, just so we know who we're talking to, another part of that. But the floor is yours. Go ahead.
Okay, that tweet is completely sarcastic because, in case anyone missed that, because you're not supposed to do that. Like,
come on, no, you're not supposed to give it away now. I wanted you to sell it a little bit more. But go on. I'm just kidding. I'm just gonna
say this about the movie, right? I liked it, but Ben knows me for a long time, and he thinks that I'm really easy on movies, which is not true. But
yes,
it has its flaws. But as a whole, it is a good movie. And the reason that the choices they made make sense when you think about it.
Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah. So I didn't think about it. So I'm curious to see what I didn't think about. Go for it.
All right.
Well, what do you want me to talk about, the flaws or the good parts?
So first off, you're saying that you thought Wonder Woman 1984 was okay. So if we go just to get it
watchable, okay, or actually good, or dare I say great?
It is or I'm the only thing I'm going to compare it to is its own universe.
Oh,
Like, it's only fair.
That's a cop out. I'm a cop out.
How's that a cop out?
I think
All right,
that's
all
a
right,
cop out.
as far as superhero movies are concerned, it's a good movie.
Okay. Okay.
As far as DC movies are concerned, it's a good movie. Now, when you start comparing to the MCU, no. But that's not what we're doing here. As the standalone movie that you watched on HBO Max, it was good. It was a little bit too long.
It dragged.
It's on the upper 50% of the rest of the DC movies, then, right?
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. I would easily. I would definitely say that. It's only like, and I'm gonna be real. It's only like 3 watchable DC movies for real. So.
Oh no, there's more than that.
Come on, I'm just being real. I'm just saying if somebody. But either way, go on. We'll get to that. Go on though.
I mean, basically, just your expectations weren't met in this movie. I feel like people's expectations weren't met in this movie because what they wanted was a Rock'em Sock'em Wonder Woman movie, and that's not what this is.
It's a message movie. You think it's a message movie? Is that what you're saying? Like it's
she's already fought world-ending threats. We already seen that, right?
She's in World War I, for God's sake.
She was like, her powers were useless in this movie because what she was fighting was humanity and greed.
Yep, that's true. Yep.
That's why they forced the Cheetah storyline, because she can't walk into a room and slap Maxwell Lorenzano or she'll fucking kill him.
Right. Okay.
So she can't have that big boss fight with him.
Okay.
So like that's why that line was kind of flawed. Like that storyline was could have been stronger. But outside of that, like from that perspective of like now like this foreign person has to fight something that's deep inside of all of us. She's fighting humanity.
Yeah. I think the humanity, like she's fighting humanity. That's the real battle in this movie, right?
Yeah, and I don't think we've ever seen that in a comic book movie, where the hero has to fight everybody.
Well, and no, not entirely. Not. Yeah, I see what you mean. When
you can't punch your way out of that.
Scarecrow, yeah, when Scarecrow like gassed everybody.
He's still trying to fight the water supplies and trying to save Gotham that way.
Yeah. She had to appeal.
He's not fighting.
She had to appeal to his humanity. She had to appeal to the bad guy's humanity. I will say, I don't know if it's more about like, Pedro Pascal or just like the character itself, but like that's the first thing I noticed. That's one of the best things I feel like about this movie. Now, I'm not saying the movie was good or anything. Sure. I think the movie is alright, but like it's definitely not good when you compare it to the other movie. Not in my opinion anyway. I think that's one of the things that I feel like this movie did do well. I feel like the movie did a good job of painting the humanity of Pedro Pascal's character.
I felt his struggle. I'm like, yo, I want to get on top too.
Right? You knew
his motivation.
Right? I don't like, I mean, and on top of that, like, I'd also agree with, it is a humanity thing, right? And even when, they kind of hinted at it when, like, she saw the, when fake Steve saw the armor, and she was like, well, what is this? She's like, oh, he held back all these men. And I was like, oh, okay, this makes sense. Where this is going, this makes sense. So the fact that,
we're obviously going full spoiler mode. So she was just boning down on some random dude. Right?
That's basically what happened.
Talk about how this dude lost all body autonomy.
Well,
and they just having their way with some dude that lost his mind for however long this movie took place.
Yeah, that was fucked up. That was actually fucked up. The whole movie.
When she saw him outside after the movie, she should have apologized. She said, I did some things to you that you don't know about.
I've changed your life.
And I'm sorry. You're sore for a reason.
There is nothing else that's gonna happen in your life that's gonna top what happened when you were not conscious. And I'm sorry. We took advantage of you. Random guy.
She should have winked at him and said, "You've already had this."
Right? You don't even have to try, pal. That was messed up, dude.
I even thought the way they did Chris Pine's character was good. Like,
really?
The way they introduced that, because how else would that work?
It doesn't work.
When we saw the trailer,
it's so weird. Like,
I don't think I think that was a bad play. My bad. I think the way they brought back Steve Trevor was a bad play, if you ask me. But
okay, so people dichotomy of the relationship, right? In the first one, Chris Pine's Steve Trevor is showing Wonder Woman Diana the world, right? And they want to keep that chemistry. So this one, she has to show him the world. And I thought that was dope. How they basically switched roles.
Oh yeah, I love that. I thought that was cool.
And then the end. Come on, you telling me y'all didn't feel the end?
No,
when he was like, I
hella
gotta
did not.
go.
I did not. That was so whack.
Y'all.
That wasn't whack. She just
Watching
left
her-
this dude in the middle of the street.
Watching her try to cry. I was trying not to laugh.
I was gonna say this.
That woman's obviously had nothing to cry about in her life because that was not some real crying.
That
Didn't
was
she serve in the army? Like she's seen some shit.
Well,
That's
it didn't affect her because
bruh.
I thought her emotional scenes were better in this one than definitely than the first one. Way better. This is the most emotional we've seen from her.
I think that. So I think the thing is that like Wonder Woman's like a really cool character that has like the double down warrior and the like, you know, the sentimental side as well, right? Like both of them are always like kind of covered on the like Wonder Woman thing. However, I think in this movie, like the way that they tried to tell it, it just wasn't done as well as I think it could have been done. Or not to my perception anyway. Like if I look at the first, like it's so hard not to look at the first movie and be like, how did you go so far left of this? And I get the story that they're trying to tell.
It feels very different.
They had to, because the first one she fights everybody. She walks. It's a walking towards this goal and fight everything on the way there movie. I don't want to see that again. Give me more. And I feel like they did. They gave me too much with the time. But as a whole, they gave you more. Like, all right, first of all, there's not a bad actor in this movie.
It's not, but that's crazy because the movie's still not that good. Like it's like all these people, and this is not me being like it's like a D tier movie. I'm just saying like if I'm looking at this cast, I'm like, bro, this is finna be sick. Like I'm and this is the second movie. And that's my own fault for kind of expecting that. You know what I'm saying? Like. However, I still felt like even when I dialed down what I expected, I was still like, I got left on the floor, bro. I still feel like I got left on the floor.
This feels like it should have been an episode of the animated series.
True.
The fact a whole movie based on a wishing stone, like that just feels really, really weak. I understand everybody feels emotional about the ending. And it's feel good, and everybody look deep inside, and everything will be fine, and all like cool. But it just felt like X-Men 3 to me.
Oh,
you know,
it was X-Men 3. I
like,
think it was X-Men 3.
From like lassoing a bullet to the wall coming out of nowhere to like her pushing a truck sideways down the highway, like it just,
Yo, and real talk, she fucked them 2 kids up.
Dog, she bodied those kids. They're never gonna walk again.
Yo,
like what the hell,
done, bro?
Yeah.
There was a couple times where I threw my hands up, like, "What the fuck is this?" Right? So I don't think this movie is Fire Flame. Like I'm giving it a C.
Okay.
Like,
okay. All right. See, I'm like at a C minus. I'm around like a C minus, like D tier. That's where I'm at.
There's so much media out there. I'm not gonna watch a C movie ever again. That's a conversation that I feel like we should definitely table because that's a quality thing, and there's a lot of shit that it's like, oh, you know what? I don't want to get into that now, but I hear you.
There's a feeling that I had when I watched this movie that I hate, that I can't turn off, and I can't forget this thought, that after seeing this at home, I didn't need to go to the movie theaters to see this, and how many movies are like that?
Mm-hmm. You said you did. You said you didn't, right?
No, I saw it at home. I didn't need to go to theaters. So like, do I need to go to the theaters for much of anything outside of something like Endgame or Infinity War? Like, kind of for me makes me not excited about movie theater releases anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's been. I feel like the only thing that has been giving me like the feel where like, damn, I wish I would have seen it in a movie theater. And this is kind of off topic. Is like the entire Mandalorian series. And oh god, and what was it? It was just on the tip of my tongue. God damn it! It was and Tenet. I actually really wish I had seen Tenet in movie theaters. See, man, I was literally on the fence. I was like, man, I'm about to rent. They did this thing in SoCal, in Southern California, where they was like, hey, you can rent out the movie theater for $100. That way, you know, you can do the COVID safe thing, and you can take your friends. I was like, bro, I was trying to get people to run that. I'm like, yo, let's get this 100. Go in there, cause me, Josh, Oliver, and my roommates, and even my neighbors, I'm like, bro, we can just rent a movie theater and go. Never happened, but I recently just got it and saw it on my TV, which is a pretty cool TV. But I still wish I had experienced that in a theater because Christopher Nolan knows how to fucking set,
Yeah.
you know, an
That's why he pushed the
atmosphere.
theater so hard.
Oh
He
yeah,
knew that
Yeah,
it's
it's
made
made
for
for a
that.
theater. Yeah.
It's
So-
made, and it was. I saw it on the theaters, and I felt completely safe because there was like 10 people allowed to be in there, super social distance.
yeah.
And it felt awesome. It was great to get out. It was great to see, be in the theater and see in that, in that medium.
I mean, Ben, what do you think? I mean, I feel like just keeping it kind of in line. Do you feel like this is a movie? I feel like that's a good judge, right? Like, if you see a movie at home, would you have preferred to see this in theater, or you're happy you've seen it at home, that it was offered on, HBO Max? HBO Max is sick, by the way. But
Yeah,
like,
it
do you
is.
feel like this was
So
worth it?
My boy Ellis said it best. It's like, if he would have gotten in some grown-up clothes to make a Showtime and gotten around to other people and got some popcorn, paid for popcorn, and sat through that, spent all this time and attention on a movie and sat in a theater and watched this, I would have been much more upset.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean.
Then if I watched it at home, we could pause it, go to the bathroom, eat what I want.
I think you might have liked it more. I think you might have been a little bit more.
It's possible.
I think the other way.
Yeah, I know
bro-
for a fact there's some stuff in movies that you just won't see at home, even on an 80-inch screen, even
Yes,
in 4K.
that's true. That's true.
When it's on an 85-foot screen, you see more, you feel more. So that's very likely I would have probably enjoyed it more. So I don't know. I guess it goes either way. But I do know that when you buy a $60 video game, your expectations are higher than when the people send you the video game to review.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So like when you're not paying for it, you're a little more lenient. So I don't know.
I see that, like, so for me, I feel like I want the movie to make me say, damn, I wish I had seen this in theater. Because this has happened to me before. Because I saw, I can't even remember. It's been plenty of movie where I didn't see, I didn't see a Batman, the Batman Begins in theaters. I did not see that in theaters. Now, even though I was not like, super like a fan of the movie, I still was like, man, I wish I had seen that in theaters. But there are some movies where I'm just like, I'm glad I saw that shit at home because I would have been mad. Wonder Woman 1984 is that movie. And it's not like I was pausing it and going to do other stuff. Like, if I'm watching a movie, I'm 100% engaged. So I'm like, all right, let's see what this is about. I didn't move or anything. I was just done, and I was just like, man, I'm happy I didn't spend money on that. Because if I did, I'd been pissed. Like, and I'm not like super pissed, but I'm like, damn, I'm just happy I saw this at my house and not paid to see it in a theater.
You know what they need? So you know George Lucas keeps sneaking weird things into his movies. Like when Star Wars just popped up on Disney Plus, like Greedo said one more thing before he died for some reason. Like he threw in an extra sound effect.
Are you for real?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like Akiba or something, and then he dies. They just add in an extra sound effect. So what they need to do is go edit Justice League. And they need to throw in a quote that says, "Hey, y'all remember back in '84 when we almost wished too hard and almost destroyed everything?"
Right, exactly.
That's weird. That like it's so weird when they do this time thing. They don't mention this catastrophic shit, and
Dog,
I hate to do it. Hate to bring them into it.
Fucking themselves like this?
But they did it in the MCU. They do that. They talk about the ice. They talk about the war.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's them not having foresight.
They could have made an insular episode where Diana's just doing some Diana shit.
Yeah.
And made it like Winter Soldier, where it's written well and it's got political intrigue.
Yes.
Robert Redford, and I know, and like, yeah, Winter Soldier definitely had the helicarrier, so maybe the Avengers should have shown up for that. But like, for the rest of the movie, it's just hand-to-hand combat in the streets. It's pretty small stuff.
Yeah.
So they didn't. I'm so tired of superhero movies doing two things: giving us throwaway enemies, throwaway villains that we're never going to see again. And then two, giving us this huge world-ending event. This is literally world-ending.
Dude,
the nukes were launched.
That's my problem, dude. That's my problem. Like, my problem is like, and this doesn't only like stick to this movie. This happens to other Marvel movies as well. Like, I feel like
every movie.
And when big shit happens, that should affect the world around you. That's why, like, when I watch these movies, I'm like, bro, they're not going to be able to hide this. Obviously, some shit's going to have to change after this, but it never does.
Yep.
But in the instance of Wonder Woman 1984, these people were literally about like seconds away from death. They were like a good 2 to 3 minutes away from death, and they just never came up again. Isn't this the first time we see Wonder Woman fly?
All that catastrophe, someone did die, for sure. But,
right?
Yeah, but also though, like in the same sense, in the DC universe, in the cinematic universe, there's an alien that flies around. Maybe that's kind of trumps the almost nuclear war in 1984.
Mm-hmm.
So like we don't like if tragedy happens today, we don't bring up tragedies from however many years ago. And what happened in Metropolis, that's a fucking national tragedy.
No, we literally were on the brink of nuclear obliteration. Like the nukes were in the air.
Yeah, but how's that trump an alien destroying a city? Like
Bro,
how is
like,
that worthy
the
of
fact-
conversation?
I think all of that is, bro. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
talking about that for the rest of my goddamn life. Like,
Right.
like there's just gonna be a
Oh,
day
and
where I'm
Tech, they
just
absolutely-
walking around with like anti-air defense missiles on my back because I don't want to get ran up on. Like, I'm gonna be terrified. These people just back to the newsstand.
Yeah.
See you at the water
Superman-
cooler, Bob. What the fuck?
30,000 people died in Metropolis last weekend because of
Dude, they-
Superman and
That was
some other
referenced
guy.
that was referenced every movie following.
It's
Well, we're
actually
gonna-
one
we're
of the
gonna-
major plays. It's one of the
Yeah,
things that made
that's
it made Batman pissed off
Yep.
at Superman. It made the world fear and simultaneously love him. Like it was everything. Like that's what set up their whole universe.
But
Right.
an unexplained phenomenon and everyone getting their wish and becoming greedy and then it reverting in a couple minutes.
Do you forget
not
that
gonna
wall in Egypt?
The wall in Egypt, bro.
Come on.
My people, I want my people to be free.
That shit was
Really?
chaotic as hell.
That was hella chaotic. That was crazy.
Oh my
So
god.
okay, you're gonna say that a city being destroyed, like New York City being destroyed, is like you're gonna at the bar you're gonna talk about. Yeah, that's crazy that New York City got destroyed. But how
Hell
about
yeah.
that wall that came up in Egypt and went down?
In the middle
Like,
of
no one's gonna
Egypt,
talk
bro.
about that.
In
Bro,
the middle
it-
of Cairo.
No one's gonna
Bro,
talk about
Pete,
that.
wait.
dude.
They were in New York. In an alternate dimension, seemingly, in the Defenders on a Netflix show. They was on a whole nother goddamn station on the internet, and they was like, yo, remember when the aliens attacked in New York? We still don't know when that happened. But those people in Netflix know. The Defenders fucking know, because it happened. And they still talk about it. Even though it wasn't directly affecting them. Like, that's the only mention of it. They was like, yeah, man, if the Hell's Kitchen disaster, they say Hell's Kitchen was destroyed because of that attack. Like, all those things line up, and they still don't even directly show you what happened, but you know that's a part of it.
That's kind of tight, but kind of not tight because I wish they would just say the shit, like just not the ambiguous. If
Beat around the bush.
Right,
don't
yeah.
beat around the bush.
Yeah.
You guys remember that guy with the hammer?
The green guy.
That dude with the
Yeah.
hammer,
Yeah.
the big Hulk guy, you remember him,
Well,
right? Yeah.
One of Tech's greatest points over the last 10 years is not comparing the DCEU to the MCU because
Yeah.
it's unfair and it's punching down.
That's true.
DCU EU is running out of time. For that grace period is about to expire with every movie they put out. They
Mhm.
come on, y'all. Right, but it's we can't
So-
push down, but
So this goes into like, oh man, all right. So we definitely have to have this talk. So I definitely agree. You really can't compare them. I had like this ridiculous idea for how they could have done it and made it like super cool anyway. But that leads me to two big points. And since we're talking about the DCEU, you guys heard about the new Batman movie initiative for the DCEU?
Oh, which one?
Oh, it's literally, apparently it just happened recently. They just announced it recently. So apparently they're going to make 2 Batman films with the timelines running simultaneously.
Yeah, I heard
Really?
about this.
Yeah, and they're gonna make 2 like more series. Hold on, let me look it up right now. And they're gonna make another series because they have another Gotham series coming out on HBO Max.
oh wow.
Yeah, they have, and it's gonna follow the Batman with Robert Pattinson. That's the
Wow.
one. Yeah, and that's the one that's gonna follow. Yeah. So
I'm looking forward to that Snyder cut, by the way.
Oh yes, and that's what I was going to talk about. That's what I was going to talk about after we talked about this. Do you think? So the way that they're doing Batman, they're going to have like, I'm trying to find this article. They're going to have multiple. Oh, here it is, right here. I'm tripping. Here it is. It says the future of DC films: 2 Batman stories, 6 movies per split between theaters and HBO Max. The executives confirmed this.
Good.
So now, do you
I
think?
don't know, guys.
See, now this is what I was about to say. Now for me, y'all know I'm a comic book fucking freak. I love this shit. But I feel like the one thing that could happen and that I thought would be the worst part is the oversaturation. And I think that if you're gonna run because they're basically making comic book style movies to the point where you're getting issues and it's episodic and you're gonna be able to just like keep consuming this stuff. Now, I do like the whole blend of like theater and like, yo, you can follow up and watch this shit at home, obviously, because you know I'm a comic guy. But do y'all think this is like, do you think this is becoming too much? Do y'all think this is like gonna kill it, or do you guys think this is? I mean, it's cool for the people who love Batman, obviously, but like for the overall, like, you know, the economy of superhero movies, do you think this affects it in any way?
Here's my problem with it, and it's because it's DC. If it was Marvel, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Give me all of that shit, Marvel.
DC is on money grabs, and that's what and that's what all these movies coming out. That's what they are. Suicide Squad 2 was the Harley Quinn movie. It's supposed to be the unofficial sequel. That was a money grab.
It was hella
And
money
no,
grab.
it's
It was.
good.
You like
No,
you?
it
It
was-
was about Harley Quinn. I
didn't like the first Harley movie, and I didn't like Harley in that movie. Everybody was all about it. Obviously, if you've gone to a convention the last couple of years, everybody was Harley Quinn. I wasn't fucking with it. But the Emancipation movie was great, and that Harley was awesome.
Great,
So,
you say. You say great.
Yeah.
You said great.
You said. Don't try to glaze over that.
You know,
man. You said great.
Here's if I'm gonna watch it again, it needs to be an A, and I don't really want to watch it again anytime soon. But
That's
I will. But like, I'm not like, holy shit, I can't wait to watch that again. So, you know, no more than a B, but I wouldn't give it a C. Like I think it was a very good movie, and that Harley was great. I thought that movie was very good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I'll give you that. She's Margot Robbie's a good Harley.
Yeah.
This
And then,
this
and
Batman
something else I was gonna say,
interwoven thing is I like it for the fact that that's kind of how comic books are, right? You can pick
Yeah.
up an old year one Batman. You can follow that, or you can look at this the White Knight. You can do all these different you view all these different Batmans. That's cool. I don't know how they're gonna do it if they can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
They can't tell one singular story well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One
I'm a little torn on that
story.
too.
Yep.
The other thing I was gonna mention is how excited I am for the next Suicide Squad. That shit looks insane. James
Yeah,
Gunn's a
I
G,
I
but,
definitely trust James Gunn. I actually just watched Guardians of the Galaxy 2 again today.
Yeah, it's so good.
Oh,
But so anybody who reads, anybody who has a good pull list, like who spends a good chunk of money every week or month, knows that there are concurrent books all the time.
mm-hmm.
There's more than one X-Men book, more than one Spider-Man book, more than
Yep.
lots of Batman books.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we can handle that. Now a lot of people can't. As badass as that Batman trailer was, my girlfriend's like, "What the hell is this?" I'm like, "Who cares? Look how great this is." But she's like, "Where does it fit in?" I'm like, "Why do you care?" You know.
See-
So for a lot of people care,
Yep. Yeah.
but a lot of people don't. And I think if you do care, all right. Here's my last thing. If you say you're a hardcore comic fan
Mm-hmm.
and you care that they're not lined up, you're kind of showing your ass a little bit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You should be able to digest all these different properties and go, "This is this person's story." You know.
I'm fine. I'm fine
So-
with what they did with Joker, and I'm fine if they go back to Jared Leto. I want to see. I
Yep.
want to see him do
Oh, yeah.
more Joker.
Bro, I
More
I
purple
was a fan.
Lamborghinis, please.
I was 100%. Look, I tell people all the time.
Oh,
I was
Michael
one of those people who was like, I like Jared Leto Joker. Like I'm one of those guys. And
Well, I liked it.
it's so it's like I was telling people like, oh no, I don't think he was that bad. I don't think he got enough screen time. One, we didn't even get to really see that character. We got to see, the silhouette of a character, but we didn't really get to see the character. And like I trust Jared Leto's method acting. I mean, it's shitty, but you already
very
there.
shitty.
At least get his motherfucker the movie so we can properly talk shit on him, so we can at least
Honestly,
say it's worth it,
If you look
Um,
at that first Suicide Squad movie, his parts, and him and Harley's parts,
Arguably
interacting,
some of the
were
best in the goddamn
are the
movie.
Yes,
best
they
scenes
were.
in the movie.
Yeah, I don't understand
Oh,
I
let's
understand
go.
the Jared Leto hate because he's kind of a tool, but I don't understand his Joker hate. I thought it was, I don't know. I thought he was the 2010s gangster.
Yeah.
You-
Purple
100%.
Lamborghini, gold teeth. Come on, what are we talking
My
about?
boss. Like,
Right.
that's dope.
Bro,
Yeah,
when he was
perfect.
in that bar, with Common,
Yeah,
bro, like I
So-
felt every second of that. But go on,
So-
Ben.
that's the whole point.
So,
I don't understand the hate. I
so,
don't get it.
yeah. So I guess it's kind of like, so wait, just so we can touch up on it. So like, Wonder Woman was below good for me. Tech said he was about it.
It was mid grade.
Mid grade.
It was mid. It was mid.
So you would say C, I would say C minus. Right? Is that okay? Is that okay to say?
That's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ben, what say you?
F plus.
Damn.
Damn.
You gonna send them home to get their ass whipped by their parents and there's no dinner tonight to send them to their room?
Again, you have 2
Damn.
weeks to hand in extra credit.
Damn.
Okay. And then we talked about just a little bit. We touched on like the new Batman movie scheme. And I'm in the same aspect, right? I don't really mind that, but even though I'm not like the cheerleader for DC, I want them to succeed. Like I want them to succeed in the lane that they're in. I feel like
what would it take?
If you're asking me personally, what would it take? Like, I think that. So my theory is that this new Robert Pattinson Batman is the new 52 reset Batman, and they're gonna do the three Jokers thing. I think that they're going to go that route because
they hinted at some Court of Owls shit anyway.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Yeah.
So it's like I think that they're going to run the three Joker storyline. That way they'll be able to tie in the Joaquin Phoenix Joker and still have them relevant in the time. Because if you look at it, like it all still looks like the same Gotham. It doesn't look like it's a different Gotham or anything. And obviously that's, what they want you to, they want that aesthetic anyway. But I feel like that's going to be their second phase. And I feel like that will be a lot better. I like the dark, gritty, DC. Give me like the desolate, like,
Batman, come on.
Right? But I want them to be like, the heavy Martians people. I want all of that shit. But I want them to do it in a way to where it's consistent. Because I feel like one thing that like they are not doing is like they're not consistent across the board. If they came, like I could tell you right now, my favorite DCEU movies is Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, and Shazam. Like those movies are fucking good. Like I saw Shazam on a free preview, and I was like, I would pay to watch that movie again. In fact, I did watch it like multiple times after that. And if the rest of the movies that they had came out with, Batman versus Superman and Justice League and Suicide Squad and whatever the fuck else that came out, like if it was consistent across the board where they were at least that quality, I would be like, yo, I trust y'all to do even more at this point. You can wade people into it, but like if they keep kind of like, and one of my friends told me this a while ago, it's like they're just taking shit and throwing it at a board and seeing if it sticks, and like.
Does feel like that.
That's what it feels like. They might have the most thought out fucking plan in the world. Fucking Zack Snyder, and I fuck with Zack Snyder, could be in a fucking boardroom with a whiteboard like, and this is gonna connect here, and this is gonna connect here. Big blue beam here. He can be in there doing that shit. But like, I just wish it was consistent across the board. But like, if I feel like the Batman movie that's coming out is going to be the real like test, because.
I feel like we say that all the time.
Yeah, like that. Damn, you're so right. Every time.
I feel like we say that every time.
Yeah, I don't know if the studio or the executives, whoever it is, WB.
It has to be upper management.
Yeah.
And they're not doubling down on their decisions.
Yeah, you said that before. You said like it takes the balls to commit to something, even though it didn't perform exactly the way they wanted, like Justice League. They should have stuck with it and and just used that as their anchor and kept the universe going. But instead, they kind of abandoned it. They fold way too quick.
Did you hear what Patty Jenkins said about the Justice League, the theatrical cut? She said it's not DCEU canon.
Justice League?
She said the Justice League, the theatrical cut. I just think it's ballsy to say that. Like
it is.
That's really ballsy to say.
Is that a quote cleared by the executives?
I don't know if it was cleared by the executives, but but stuff like that just makes me believe you don't have faith in the shit that you're putting out. Like you can't say stuff like that and then be like, yeah, come watch this movie. I'm gonna be like, why? You just told me it was trash. Like you just told me it's throwaway. Like
I know we're not gonna compare universes, but like, how crazy is it that there's so many people in the chat knocking Batman before it's even out? And we're all talking about the legitimacy of the DCEU, but how hype are we about Fantastic Four? Like,
bro,
we don't even know anything about it.
I don't know. I know what the logo looked like, and I know that shit looks sick.
Right.
Let me tell you the difference, man. Why everyone's gonna be happy about that movie? Because we trust Marvel at this point.
It's been proven.
12 years.
They're proven.
It's been 12 fucking years. We trust them now. We don't trust DC, and they haven't given us the reason to trust them.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. And like now they're in like full swing, like, so it's like now I'm only looking at DC now. I'm like, all right, y'all, come on now, give me something here. Let's give me some dope shit to put out. But I will say the HBO Max route, like, which I've always been kind of talking about it and hitting at it on my stream, is like them having a Nova Corps show. I said Nova Corps, Green Lantern Corps show on HBO Max. That's dope because HBO can do that. Them having a Gotham show on HBO Max, they can do that. Like, I feel like that's something that's not too far-fetched, and if done properly, because I wasn't a fan of the television Gotham, because I just felt like they just took a really good thing and just turned it upside down for no apparent reason. If they go back to the comic format of Gotham and put that shit on HBO Max as is, they're gonna win 1 billion awards, and you literally will be like, where the fuck was this at? You know what I'm saying? On the other Gotham. But either way, I feel like them doing the pairing, just like, you know, all these other companies are doing, also Marvel, I think that's really smart, because it also takes them away from that, you know, the kind of CW looking feel of their shows, which is not the worst thing in the world, but I can't take more than like 3 seasons of each show of that shit. So it's like, give me something like more that I can hold on to, and not like, you know, this villain of the week series where I'm worried about, you know, shit that don't matter. Like, don't give me that. Like, I'm not saying it's completely illegitimate. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that a move to HBO Max, like, makes that shit, like, it gives me more. I don't even need to see it yet, but I'm like, look, I'm giving y'all the benefit of the doubt because of the wheelhouse that it's in at this point. Now you have my interest. Make it worth something, you know.
I think the HBO Max could possibly save them, because it will allow them more time to tell a story and develop a character. If they connect it to the cinematic, like Marvel's doing. If they do that and allow that story to get flushed out, and these characters to get flushed out, and still connect them, right? Don't have a different Flash, like have the same Flash.
Yep.
If they do that, that could possibly save them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Double down. You know,
I think
sacrifice. Make
they need to sit down. They need to sit down and make a 10-year plan. And I don't think they're doing it. It doesn't appear to me that when they come to making movies that they're doing that they're making a plan for the future. And if they do, that means they're abandoning it.
Yeah.
Like they're abandoning it.
Every time a new DC movie comes out, like, and I'm not trying to like bash DC, it just feels like every time a new one comes out, they completely forget the other movie. Like, and like, for some people that doesn't even matter, right? And I'm pretty sure they released something where they was like, hey, the movies can stand on their own, which is fine, but like, that just makes me worry about, like, what am I going to watch then? Like, I don't mind these standalone stories, like these novel-esque stories, but like, why not just put them all on HBO Max if that's the point? Like, I would rather watch that than, you know, go out of my way to be like, all right, I feel like I got to see this one and this one and this one in theater. I'll put all that shit on HBO Max and let me chill. And then that way, at least I know it's fucking legit, you know? But I am hyped for this DC, the Justice League, it's 4 episodes, the Zack Snyder cut
4
on.
or 6?
Is it 6? I thought it was 4.
Okay.
I am hella hype about that because
I'm not.
Wait. But okay, so wait, just to touch on it, right? So Zack Snyder got like $12 bajillion to like do reshoots and shit for Justice League. It's not actually 12 bajillion, but work with me here. And this is for reshoots and like touch-ups on the film as well as finishing CG. Apparently Gal Gadot said she has not done any reshoots, and this movie is apparently done. But it's 4 episodes of the actual apparent ending of the true Justice League, the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. And I think I'm optimistic, I should say. I'm not very optimistic, but I'm pretty optimistic about it. What do y'all think?
No, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, Snyder is given both y'all your favorite DC movies.
Yeah.
And the fact that Justice League, he had to bail for family reasons, and then apparently Joss Whedon came in and just fucked everything up.
Yep.
Which somebody said in chat, why is Patty Jenkins like slam dunking on her own, you know, franchises and shit? And I think that's because I think everybody's sort of starting losing faith in Joss Whedon. Like, even Tech has criticized.
He fucked up. He almost
Avengers.
fucked up the MCU. He almost fucked up the MCU, and I can break that down to you on a different day and time.
Oh shit.
So I think Joss went from this nerdy king of media from Buffy to Firefly to now like messing up major franchises. I don't know what the fuck happened, but so yeah, I think old boy getting a lot of money and a platform and an infinite timeline to just express himself. I mean, what creative wouldn't want that? So I mean, we've seen creatives mess that up. You know, we've seen George Lucas with no leash on. We've seen what he did. Right. So, you know, that's potential, I'm sure, but I'm pretty excited. I think it's cool.
I'd be lying if I told you I wasn't excited. But I feel like he still has a turd and he's trying to polish it. That's what I feel like. So we'll have to see.
Depends how much of the turd he uses, right? Yeah. I think he said he's eliminating all Joss Whedon material.
That's crazy.
And he said there was originally like 3 or 4 hours of material that they didn't use from the first shoot of his own stuff. So I think he's got a lot of stuff from the original turd that he's gonna scrape off. I don't know what to do with this analogy anymore, but and then with the reshoots, yeah, I think we'll be all right. I think, well, you know, that's stupid to say, but there's enough there for me to be excited. So
yeah, we'll see though. But it's kind of scary that Gal Gadot didn't do any new scenes.
Yeah,
that's kind of a red flag for me.
That's definitely.
Maybe it's more of a Batman Superman story than it is a Wonder Woman story, or Flash, you know, or everybody else.
I mean, but it's called Justice League.
Yeah.
Like I get. Look, I feel like if you have the proper, you know, setting where all these characters have been fleshed out clearly in possibly another movie, and you hope to tie that up in this movie, I would say 100% okay. But we're talking about the DCEU. We don't really have that much like behind some of these characters. Some of these characters, like the Flash, like we've seen this character. It'll be 2 times, 2.5 times if you count a cameo. That's like 2.25 of a time, you know? Like, what else can you tell me about this character that's going to be revealed to me now, right? I'm very much interested in the Cyborg footage, because it was a bunch of footage I saw from trailers and everything else that I'm like, ain't none of this shit in the movie.
I think he's supposed to be a very central part of this movie. The heart of it, actually, which is dope.
Yeah. I don't know. Hopefully it. I mean, what's next for them now? Like, actually, what's the next movie slated to come out for?
Is Flashpoint coming out anytime soon?
Nah, I think that's like 22 or something like that.
The next DC movie?
Yeah. Because I don't think they have anything coming too soon down the line outside of this. I thought this was supposed to be like their big thing for a minute.
It might be. Just future films. 2021 is going to be Suicide Squad.
Okay.
Then Flash, then Aquaman, then another Shazam, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, a Black Adam.
Okay.
Right. Oh yeah. Rock's been talking about that for a long time.
Yeah. They're filming. They already filmed it.
Yeah.
I know it was already filmed.
Or they started filming very recently.
Oh, okay. I know they did that little motion comic where they released, where he was like talking over it and shit like
teaser.
That. Yeah. But I didn't see much past that.
A Rock movie, huh?
It actually was supposed to release this month. So I think it's pretty much shot.
Yeah. Oh, if it was supposed to release, yeah. What'd you say, Ben? You said a Rock movie. You know, we were actually yesterday. I was with the Taste Buds. We was talking about like Rock movies and how somebody was like, The Rock thinks that what's his name, Hobbs, the dudes from Hobbs and Shaw, whatever his character is in Fast and the Furious, is a real person.
All right.
Hope it's not.
No, I'm just saying, man. We was talking about like just Rock movies overall. I was like, yeah, man. Remember that time he rock bottomed the Earth, and they was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, San Andreas, man. He fought an earthquake, bro. I don't even know how he did it, but he did it.
Tech, you were all about that movie when it came out, weren't you?
Dude, I'm all about any Rock movie. I don't give a fuck what anyone says.
Hold that shit, Tech.
I know what I'm getting into when I get a Rock movie, and it's always good.
I fuck with The Rock.
You have to.
Yeah.
Bro, that Hobbs and Shaw movie, it killed me though. I legit, like, I just couldn't take it. It was too much for me.
I think I saw it in the theaters.
You saw it in theaters, yeah?
Yeah, but you know what? It's a Fast and Furious movie, and they've been got off cars. Now they're going for the most ridiculous
bro,
shit.
These dudes went from stealing toilet paper to saving the world. That shit is crazy, bro. What the fuck is a come up, bro? They was like, first we stealing DVD players and toilet paper, but now the world. Like, excuse me?
Well, you know, just so many car scenes and drifting you could do. You have to stop.
That's true, I guess.
Worldwide terrorists.
You can't have 9 movies about drifting.
Shit, why not? I watched the whole anime series of Stuff.
That's true. That's true. That's a very dumb thing for me to say. You're absolutely correct.
Oh man, no, I'm just fucking around. But either way, nah, man. Well, look, I really just wanted to talk to y'all about it because I thought that was gonna be really cool, and it was. Because I love hearing you guys' opinions on everything that even I'm remotely interested in, whether it's music, comics, movies about comics, the whole nine. You guys also, Ben, you have a podcast as well, right?
Well, me and Tech do a couple. We came in under my nephew's umbrella. It's called Nerdy Bits.
Okay.
And he's got 2 shows, one on video games, one on pop culture. The pop culture one we just do whenever the mood strikes us, so we get a nice like pile of content together that we can talk about for like an hour and a half. The video game one's weekly, every week, Wednesday nights on Twitch, and then it's on all the streaming services too for podcasts and stuff. But we stream it live.
Twitch.tv/ what is it?
Nerdy Bits TV.
There you go. Twitch.tv/ Bits TV.
And he streams a lot anyway, but he did just have a new baby boy, so maybe not right now.
Oh, okay.
But he's a hardcore streamer, so it's fun to talk to. But
yeah, let me know, man. I know you hit me up about it, but I would love to come on, man, and shoot the shit about games, whatnot, etc., etc. You already know I'm down.
Yeah, for sure.
I know I'm really bad with like responding and stuff, but just hit me on the Discord because I'm always around on stuff for that.
I get it. I'm in the same boat, man.
Yo, Tech, you got anything you want to plug? What's your Twitch? Twitch.tv/ Tech Supreme, or?
That's it. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. And you stream pretty frequently too, though.
Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and then random times in between that.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, I appreciate you guys both for coming on. Let me know. In all honesty, I'm probably gonna pull y'all back on for stuff like this because I really just like shooting the shit with y'all. And on top of that,
dude,
it's just good,
Yeah, it's good hanging out with Taste Buds too. Thanks, chat, for engaging and asking questions.
Oh, side note, I didn't know this, and this fucked me up. Somebody in the chat said when you said my last name, they said, "Oh, the Killer Instinct." So I always knew that it was Fulgore, and that's kind of why I liked it. But then I looked it up, and his family name is Kilgore.
Yeah, dude.
That just fucked me up.
And there is a Kilgore in Killer Instinct now.
Did not know that, dude. That's crazy.
Damn, that's godlike. See, man, every day you find out something new, man. And one of my homies, one of my good friends, his name's Adam. He worked on the new Killer Instinct. His name's Adam Keats.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. He's an old school fighting game guy. Anyways, well, gentlemen, I don't want to hold y'all up, but y'all definitely gonna be back on, man. Yo, Taste Buds, do me one time. Make some fucking noise for the boys, Tech Supreme, Sketch Sawyer. Let me make some noise. No, man, you already know what it is, man. There's always love around these parts, man. It's always love around these parts. Well, I'm gonna let y'all go.
Yeah, everybody.
All right, y'all. Take care, man. I'm definitely gonna hit y'all up probably tomorrow anyway. So.
All right, that'll work.
All right, peace, yo.
Peace.
How'd you guys like to talk? Do me a favor and go follow those guys. Could y'all please go follow them? Tech Supreme, Sketch Sawyer on Twitter. They have some very unique takes. And regardless, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. The thing that I really love about like chatting with them is that like we disagree on shit all the time. I mean, it's just always like, media shit, and stuff that we like, but we like discussing stuff like that regardless. And like, it's happened for years at this point, and even though I don't live in St. Louis that much anymore, or I don't live in St. Louis anymore, I still get to like talk to those guys about things that I'm super interested in. I watch like Tech stream, on some lurker shit too, because that's just the homies,